Hey, how are you? I'm Bill Root. I'm a realtor with Long & Foster. And I'm here to talk to you today about how to maintain your house over the long run so that when it comes time to sell, you won't have to lay out a lot of cash to bring it to market. Of course, owning real estate is one of the best ways to retain wealth. First of all, you get the long-term appreciation of the property. Plus, here in 2017, you can still write off mortgage interest on your primary loan. So, over the long run, again, real estate is an excellent investment. Now, one of the big problems that happens though is, let's say you own your house for a long time, and I run into this. If you get into a mature neighborhood where you have original owners, there are some people where they didn't do any upkeep to their house. They left it the same as it was when they bought it from the builder. In some cases, this is a good thing because the house hasn't been hacked into by people that don't know what they're doing. But the bad side of it though is that it's got 30 years of wear and tear in the house. The carpets need to be replaced, the walls need to be painted, the appliances need to be replaced, the roof is shot, the windows need to be replaced. So if the people owning this house want to sell their house for top dollar, then they might have to shell out a good amount of money, especially if there's, again, 20 or 30 years worth of wear in the house. So what I'm going to do is give you 3 ways to keep that house up over the long run so that you don't have to lay out a bunch of cash when you try to sell it. So the first way to do it is to cut your house into pieces and keep it up room by room. In each room, repaint the room, replace the outlets and switches, install new light fixtures, put new flooring into the room. Now in some of these cases it's more practical and cost effective to repaint an entire floor or redo the floors on an entire floor. But that also depends on if you're hiring somebody to do the work or if you're doing the work yourself. But as a general rule, cutting your house into pieces and renovating it piece by piece is cost effective in the long term. The second way to go ahead and do it is to take a little bit of money out of your tax return. Again, right now in 2017, there is a tax benefit to owning a house. So a lot of people will get a tax return in the spring. So let's say if you can take $2,000 out of that tax return every year. I know that's a pretty broad number, but let's just use it for the sake of argument. If you invest $2,000 in your house every year and you live in your house for 20 years, that's $40,000 invested in the health and welfare of your home. It's almost like eating an elephant one piece at a time. The third and final way of keeping your house up is to watch the weather. So in Northern Virginia, every once in a while we'll get a bad windstorm. I always hear about the famous derecho several years ago. A couple of years ago also we got hail. In fact, I had golf ball sized hail at my house. So I figured, well, what the heck, I'll have an insurance guy look at it. Well, sure enough, they went up on my roof and they said, this roof is destroyed, it needs to be replaced. Now, of course, it looked fine, but I'm really glad I had somebody look at it. So for $500 out of pocket, I had a $20,000 roof replaced. In sum, home ownership is a great way to maintain wealth and build wealth over the long period of time. But in order to avoid a large bill when you bring the house to market, be smart about the way you're upkeeping your house. The first way to do it is to do your repairs and upkeep one room at a time. The second way to do it is to take a little bit of money out of your tax return every year. And the third way to do it is to watch the weather and call your insurance company if you think you might have damage to the outside of your house. So thank you very much for watching. I'm Bill Root, realtor with Long & Foster, and I'll help you put down your roots.